Executive privilege, a showdown in Washington. Washington, D.C., a city built on power, is no stranger to drama. But the recent clash between President Biden and House Republicans over executive privilege has sent shockwaves through the Capitol, escalating tensions to a boiling point. This isn't just a political chess match, it's a high-stakes battle with the future of American democracy hanging in the balance. Biden to invoke executive privilege, shielding certain documents from congressional scrutiny. This move, while not unprecedented, has ignited a firestorm of controversy, pitting the White House against a determined Republican-led House, eager to uncover what they believe to be hidden truths. The nation watches, captivated by the unfolding drama, as two branches of government lock horns in a battle of wills. Biden's decision, protecting the presidency or hiding the truth. President Biden's decision to invoke executive privilege was not taken lightly. It was a calculated move, made after careful consideration of the potential consequences. The White House argues that the documents in question contain sensitive information, the release of which could jeopardize national security and undermine the effectiveness of the executive branch. They maintain information from the public eye. They point to a pattern of secrecy within the Biden administration, arguing that the invocation of executive privilege is a convenient tool to shield the president from scrutiny. The timing of the decision, coming amidst a flurry of investigations and mounting pressure from Republicans, has only fueled these suspicions.
The Republican fury, a battle for transparency. The response from House Republicans to Biden's invocation of executive privilege has been swift and fierce. They have accused the president of abusing his power, engaging in a cover-up and obstructing their constitutional duty to conduct oversight of the executive branch. Led by firebrand members like Jim Jordan, they have vowed to fight tooth and nail to obtain the documents, portraying themselves as champions of transparency and accountability. Republicans argue that the Biden administration's claims of national security concerns are a smokescreen designed to hide embarrassing or incriminating information. They point to the fact that previous administrations have released similar documents without compromising national security, accusing the Biden White House of hypocrisy and a lack of respect for congressional authority. The battle lines are drawn and the rhetoric is escalating, setting the stage for a protracted legal and political showdown.
The people's verdict, public opinion in the balance. The public is watching this political drama unfold with a mixture of fascination and concern. The clash between President Biden and House Republicans taps into deep-seated anxieties about government overreach, abuse of power, and the erosion of democratic norms. The issue of executive privilege is complex, with valid arguments on both sides, leaving many Americans uncertain about whom to believe. Polls suggest that public opinion is divided, with a significant portion of the population skeptical of both the Biden administration's motives and the Republicans' aggressive tactics. Some view Biden's invocation of executive privilege as a necessary step to protect national security, while others see it as an attempt to hide wrongdoing. Similarly, some applaud the Republicans for holding the president accountable, while others view their actions as politically motivated and driven by partisan interests.
The legal battlefield, a clash of powers. The legal battle over executive privilege is playing out in courtrooms across the country. Lawyers for both the Biden administration and House Republicans are engaged in a complex and contentious legal dance, arguing over the scope of presidential power, the limits of congressional oversight, and the delicate balance between national security and the public's right to know. The stakes are high, with the outcome of these legal challenges likely to have far-reaching implications for the future of American governance. One key case involves the House Oversight Committee's subpoena for documents related to the investigation into Hunter Biden's business dealings. The committee alleges that these documents are crucial to their investigation into potential influence peddling and abuse of power. while the Biden administration argues that they are protected by executive privilege and their release could harm national security. The judge in this case faces a difficult task, weighing competing interests and navigating the murky waters of executive power.
The shadow of Trump echoes of past scandals. The current battle over executive privilege is playing out against the backdrop of recent history, particularly the tumultuous presidency of Donald Trump. Trump's frequent and controversial use of executive privilege, often to shield himself from scrutiny and obstruct congressional investigations, has cast a long shadow over the current debate. The echoes of past scandals and abuses of power resonate in the halls of Congress and the courtrooms where these legal battles are being fought. Trump's invocation of executive privilege to block the release of his tax returns, to prevent former aides from testifying before Congress, and to stymie investigations into his campaign's ties to Russia, left a lasting impression on the American public and fueled a deep distrust of executive power. The current clash between Biden and House Republicans is seen by many as a continuation of this trend, raising concerns about the potential for future abuses and the erosion of democratic norms.
A precedent set. What this means for the future. The outcome of the current clash over executive privilege will have profound implications for the future of American democracy. The legal precedents set in these cases will shape the balance of power between the executive and legislative branches for years to come, impacting the ability of Congress to conduct meaningful oversight and hold the president accountable. The public's perception of these events will also influence their trust in government and their views on the limits of executive power. If the courts ultimately side with President Biden, upholding his broad claims of executive privilege, it could embolden future presidents to assert greater secrecy and resist congressional scrutiny. It could also weaken the ability of Congress to investigate potential wrongdoing within the executive branch, creating a chilling effect on oversight and accountability. This outcome would represent a significant shift in the balance of power, tilting the scales towards the executive branch and raising concerns about the erosion of democratic checks and balances.